Hello again. So I'm going camping and I am making my sides to go with me beforehand, just because I want to be able to kind of really relax and not have a lot of cooking to do. Also, the cleanup can be a little difficult when camping, so I'm just going to kind of get those sides ready, and then I'll make my proteins while I am there. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I make a mustard cream sauce that I'm going to have with my steak. At my stove, I have a medium skillet. I'm going to turn my heat on to a medium high. My numbers go from 1 to 7. I have placed it on a 4.5. And I am going to add a couple tablespoons of butter. That's right, 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'm just going to kind of let this melt down. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding some sliced mushrooms to this that I have purchased from the store. Um, they're pretty big, but that's how I like them. I like it to be kind of like meaty with my mushrooms. So I'm going to leave them in these bigger chunks. If you wanted to cut yours smaller, you could. You'll just kind of adjust your cooking time, right? Like mine are going to take a bit longer to get cooked through because they're thick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add in my mushrooms. And I'm really just gonna allow these to cook and I'll stir them for a while. I want them to become, softened. And really, you're going to let them soften to whatever your liking is. I like mine to be a little firm, right? So I'm not going to probably let them cook as somebody who, wants them more flexible. So you'll just cook them to your liking. I am going to add some seasoning to this because I believe in seasoning every layer. So I'm just going to give a good sprinkle of my pink Himalayan salt and some ground black pepper. And I will just stir and cook these. I think I am going to, my plan had been to add some chia seeds. I add chia seeds to a lot of my food. I think I'm going to go ahead and add it at this step. So I'm going to take a tablespoon of chia seeds and just sprinkle those in. And that can help absorb some of that fat, which is what we want, right? And the liquid that's going to come off of our mushrooms and kind of hold it all in for us. All right, I'm just going to let these cook and stir occasionally. My mushrooms are softened down to my liking. I'm going to go ahead and add a bit of broth to this. So this is chicken broth. And I'm going to add about a quarter cup, I think. I'm making 2 servings, by the way. And then I'm going to add a cup of heavy cream. There we go. And I'm going to add half a teaspoon of minced garlic, which equals 1 clove of garlic. So I'll get that in my pan. And for my last ingredient, but I'm going to add some seasonings, I'm going to add some Dijon mustard. So I'm going to add about a quarter cup of Dijon. Get this all stirred around. And the chia seeds are also going to help thicken this up a little bit too. Actually, they'll probably thicken it up quite a bit, so that'll be nice. So I don't need to add a thickener. Like traditionally, if I were making this without the chia seeds and, well, even if I was making it keto, I wouldn't have a problem adding like a tablespoon or 2 of all-purpose flour to kind of help to thicken it up, but I'm just not going to need it because I am using the chia seeds. All right, so then I'm just going to allow this to cook and get those flavors together. Oh, I need to add some more salt and pepper. So I'm going to add a bit of pepper and some salt, and then I'm going to add some dried parsley. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of dried parsley. All right. And I will just let this cook for a bit. Like I said, really just to kind of like let the flavors get melded together. And then I'll taste it and I'll adjust my seasoning. That is really good. It's got wonderful mushroom flavor and just a hint of that mustard. So this is actually kind of perfect. All right, so let's go take a look and see what the nutrients are in this. Here are the numbers on our mushroom cream sauce. So we've got about 11 carbs, which is just fine. I usually eat 2 meals a day. This is going to be part of one meal. It's about half of my carbs. Not a problem at all. It's pretty high in fat, which is what I want. It's low in protein, but I'm going to eat it with a steak. So I'm going to get that protein from that steak. So it's going to be just fine.